Hello, Aries. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general read we're going to be dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, Val53 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. All right, so let's see what's going on. I've seen this before, Aries. I've seen this many times before. It showed up through Pisces. It showed up through Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Capricorn. I've also seen this show up through Leo, and this is usually through who people are dealing with. Very similar energies. One more and I'll jump into this. There you are, Aries. All right, so one more and we'll jump into this. What is their difficulty with getting to you, Aries? Once again, it's that energy of someone here who's trying to kind of storm your castle, or dominate or conquer. I mean, right away in the first two cards, it's that same mentality, same kind of mindset or frame of mind. They just want to conquer or dominate. And so once again, here we are back at the castle. Makes me think of that song from Halsey. Headed straight for the castle. I think it's titled Castle, though. What is that? So they know they can't be direct with, in a sense, storming your castle, or just kind of like being direct or straightforward, or just straight or direct with you, Aries. They know this. They know this at the same time. Why is it kind of causing them to trip up a little bit? As in, like they feel something there, but it's almost as in they question. It's almost like they question themselves. It's like they have this moment of kind of like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Is there something there? Is there something not there? And what's interesting is the reality of the situation in kind of like these so-called challenges in their mind or their perspective, the challenges and the obstacles of what they feel like they kind of have to overcome to get to you or obtain you or win you over or just have you. I don't know, Aries. It kind of shows up, all the above. Answer D, all the above. It's almost kind of like they're playing this mental mind game with themselves. I'm kind of like, okay, I can't directly get to Aries. So let me kind of just, hop into my imagination or my fantasy and think about what could possibly be with Aries. Okay, that's a good idea. And it's almost kind of like they're fueling, and they're kind of like throwing some more wood on the fire. They're kind of like fueling that desire by playing this kind of mental game with themselves. Okay, and they're kind of like it's weird. They're kind of like hyping and psyching themselves up. I'm like, okay, maybe there still is a chance. I don't know. Maybe not. They're psyching themselves out, Aries. I don't know why. I mean, I guess whatever to keep it going. Whatever to keep that passion and desire burning. But is it a real fire or is it an imaginary one? Because they're emphasizing it's an imaginary one. But what's weird about this is, what's that song? I'm burning for you. There's strength. They kind of go through this process of like justifying it. Like I said, it's kind of like justifying themselves. And I used to see this for Leo. It's like nice when you think of like, the knight in shining armor example. It's like nice armor. Did you pay for that in blood, sweat, and tears or gold? Or was it actually, what's it called? It's on lease or it was a lender. It was rented. Has it been battle tested? There's a 7 of swords. So they're kind of being so... Oh, that is premeditated there, Crosswatcher. That is premeditated. Yeah, they're like, I don't give a shit. And that's what I was kind of saying. Well, there's the devil, Aries. Just kind of let you know who you're dealing with. That's premeditated. I don't understand. Why is it, like, once again, and then there's that Knight of Swords. Like I said, nice armor. Did you buy it in blood or did you buy it in gold? Or is it a rental? Did someone else pay for it? So what they're saying is if I cannot conquer or acquire or dominate Aries, it makes me, once again, for the example, it makes me think of Peach in Bowser's Castle. Like, for example, if they're Mario and you're Peach, Aries, where's Bowser? I want to know where Bowser is, because I'm not looking at a Bowser. I'm looking at energy of, for some reason, they are Bowser. And so if they're trying to obtain Peach, for the example, you're Peach. Let's just say you're Peach, because that's how the story goes. Bowser, like, abducts Peach, for the example, and takes her away to his castle and kind of puts her up in the ivory tower, in a sense, and locks her away in a room, like, the spiral staircase. And Mario has to go rescue the princess, the hero, for the sake of the story. I'm not looking at Bowser. I'm looking at them, Aries. I'm looking at them as Bowser, and them being like, how am I going to get to Peach's castle? How am I going to storm Peach's castle, climb up the staircase, obtain and conquer Peach, and claim the castle for my own? And they're like scratching their head that, once again, they can't get across the moat. They can't get through the iron bars and the gate. They have to figure out the drawbridge on top of that. It's like there's like this list of all these things they have to do to, I guess, acquire, conquer, or dominate you, Aries. And it's almost kind of like this energy where, because they can't go through, I guess, jump through all these hoops, they can't do whatever this is. Apparently, because they can't do this, they're like, well, what am I going to do? And that's kind of very weird because, Bowser usually, I think, breathes fire. He's kind of like a dragon thing. Don't know exactly what he is, but kind of like a dragon turtle or something. Yeah, I guess they're going to just stand outside the castle walls and do a dance for you. Do a jig. Line dance or something. I don't know. I guess stand there and look pretty. Because they're like, I need to buy time. I need to buy time. But I don't understand that, Aries. Usually it's Peach that stands there and looks pretty, not the hero. Not the hero. It's all warped and twisted. Like, how does the hero turn into the princess? That's what I don't understand. If they're trying to get to the if Bowser's trying to win over Peach or just acquire or obtain Peach, why would Bowser start to act like the princess? That's not how it goes. That is not how it goes. Why am I thinking about Shrek? The prince. He's like a pretty prince. People are like, okay. I think they need to watch Game of Thrones. Damn. And they know this. And that's what I'm kind of talking about. They know this. Aries, there's the Five of Cups. They know this. It's kind of like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You're kind of acting a fool right now. What are you doing? Looks, it's like I said, it's like, I guess, A for effort. Looks, appearances, and aesthetics only get you so far. For some reason, even they're kind of like, It's kind of like they're even having that self-realization of like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? It's the feminine, and that's what I'm talking about. It's the feminine that leads with the beauty. It's the masculine that figures out shit. Not that, vice versa, each can't be in that other energy, but usually that's kind of how it goes. Kind of just typically. The feminine is the pretty one. The masculine is the one that gets shit done. I am looking at 5555. Is that an omen? Is that a curse? I don't know. Yeah, but it makes me think of, if you have seen the television series Game of Thrones, it makes me think of, I forget what his name was. They were the rich house. I forget what was their name? I think he obtained the name Kingslayer. I forget his name. Jaime Lannister. I think it was Jaime Lannister. He was kind of like the pretty, which, twisted story. I think he was like, physically intimate with his sister, like some sick shit. TV show. But he was like the pretty one. He was kind of like the playboy. And I remember that, like, he goes through, unfortunately, all this fucked up torture, and he like obtains all these scars. And I think he loses his hand too, or some shit. I think he loses his hand. But it's like, damn. He obtains this pretty cool sick scar down his face or something, and it's just like he's been through some shit. He's been through some shit. But that whole kind of playboy mentality is different than battle scars. Goodness gracious. And that's what I'm kind of talking about, Aries. They understand, they do realize, like, they're going to have this moment of, like, fuck this shit. What am I doing? Good question. Good question. Let's see where this kind of goes. There's different Aries asking, that's why. That's why this is kind of, geez, all warped. It's all warped. The timelines are twisted and blurred together, Aries. And there's the world. Like I said, I think they know it's done. I think they know it's done. I think so. I think it's done. Yeah, I remember the little dwarf. I forget his name. He's like, I drink and I know things. It's funny. Good television show though. Game of Thrones. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's done. I think for them, it's just kind of like, you can't win them all. I mean, unless they think, do I go there today? You can't win them all. It kind of makes me, think of like Pokemon, pocket monsters. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them. Gotta conquer. Gotta dominate. Gotta leave my mark and my imprint on the world. Like I said, I understand the pursuit of love, but this isn't the pursuit of love, Aries. This is the pursuit to conquer, which means there's some sort of void that they're trying to fill within themselves of kind of like trying to obtain the unobtainable or reach the unreachable or just do the impossible, apparently. It's this energy of kind of like when they feel they are faced with some sort of challenge or difficulty, which is actually kind of interesting, they're wanting to acquire or, like I said, conquer you. But when it comes to jumping through those hoops and actually taking the action to do so, they're kind of like, yeah, I don't want to. It's almost like they think and perceive the situation as in like there's something that they have or they have acquired or are in or something like that, or their presentation, like I said, nice armor, real pretty. But at the same time, when it comes to actually getting through to you, it's kind of like that's where they're just kind of like they're falling short. And I don't understand that. It's like they think that they are like they can somehow like skip over this or make up for this. And like they don't have to actually put in the work and the effort to actually earn you or show you that you're worth it, Aries. They want fast and easy and cheap. Life in the fast lane. Kind of like you down? What do you mean? What context do you mean down? Masculine and feminine energy. There's a play of it. Even they know, that's probably the nail in the coffin. Just time to bury it. Time to walk away, let it go. Don't know whether they authentically and genuinely truly do walk away from it and this or not. I don't know. We'll have to kind of see. Because Because when you're trotting around on a high horse, you know, they can take off one moment and then come back the next, and it's like, oh, I see they returned. Nothing's different, but I guess try. Don't you have any, some other shit to do, like a side quest or something? Don't you have some sort of other calling or mission or dragon to slay? You can't even get through my castle. Bye.